Good morning, students of class 6. This is the first video of chapter 8 History. The name of the chapter is the Modern Empire. Student, in this video we are going to discuss here about the modern empire. So let us start the video. The first question is, who founded the modern empire? As we all know that the modern empire was established by the modern dynasty in 321 BC. Chandragupta Maurya was there. He established the modern empire in 321 BC. Chandragupta Maurya, he took over the throne of Magadh from Dhananand. Dhananand was the great powerful king of the Nanda dynasty. The next question is, what was the extent of the modern empire? So, what was the extent of the modern empire? So, modern empire, a large part of India, Bihar, Odisha, Bengal, western and northwestern India, and parts of Deccan are the regions, area till where modern empire was extended. The modern empire originated from Magadh. The modern empire originated from the Magadh Empire in the Indo-Gangetic plains of modern-day Bihar, eastern UP and Bengal. Its capital was Patliputra. Patliputra, modern day, the new name of Patliputra is called Patna. The next question is, what was the objective of Asoka's Dhamma? Asoka's, after the battle of Kaling, King Asok, the main objective was to maintain the policy of welfare, to maintain the policy of peace and welfare. This is called as the Asoka's Dhamma. The next question is, who was the guide and philosopher of Chandragupta Maurya? So the Kautilya was the guide and philosopher of Chandragupta Maurya. Kautilya was also called as Vishnugupta or Chanakya. During his rule, he unified small and fragmented kingdom of India into a single large empire. The next question is, name two main sources of information of the modern empire. So there are two main sources of information of the modern empire were. The first one is the book Arthashastra, was written by Kautilya or Chanakya, and the second one is traveler's account like Megasthenes. The book of Megasthenes was Indica. So there are some authentic sources of informations regarding the modern empires were literary sources. The literary sources like Puran, Kautilya Arthashastra and Patanjali, Mahavyas and Kalhana Rastarangani and Buddhist and Jain texts. There were some archaeological sources also like caves, rocks and pillars, edicts, stupas and viharas. So these are the main sources of information of the modern empire. The next question is, in which language and scripts were Asoka's inscriptions were written? So Asoka was the first king who made an attempt to communicate directly with his subjects by getting the edicts inscribed on the rock pillars and caves. So the inscriptions were written in Prakrit language, but Aramaic, Greek, Kharoshthi and Brahmi scripts were also used to write them. Much of the information we have on Asoka is from the edicts only, and these edicts also help us to know the extent of the Magadh Empire. The next question is, from where did the Mauryans get funds to run their vast empires? So the Mauryans, they got fund to run their vast empires with toll taxes from trade, commerce and agriculture, and the state had its sole control also over the mining and selling of liquor, manufacturing of arms, etc. The next question is, how did the king wall prove to be the turning point in Asoka's life? So during the expansion of the modern empire, Asoka led a war against the feudal state of Kaling. Kaling was the old name. Now the new name it is Odisha, with the aim of its annexion, the same action that his grandfather attempted to do. King Ashoka, seeing the horrors and destructions of the Kalinga war, Ashoka vowed never to fight again, and he issued an edict expressing his regret for suffering he brought on Kalinga. He decided to give up the policy of Digvijay. Digvijay, it means conquering world, and he adopted the Dhamma Vijay, means conquering through Dhamma. He was also influenced by the teaching of Buddha, that he embraced Buddhism and made it his state religion. Ashoka was a great follower of Buddhism, and King Ashoka, he devoted all his time in the service of humanity and the spread of Buddhism. The next question is, why did the Mauryans maintain a large army? What did it consist of? So the Mauryan army was the largest and the strongest of all the ancient Indian kingdoms. It was the largest. The Mauryan army was the largest and the strongest army also of all the ancient Indian kingdom, because it was a vast empire. So it included 6 lakh infantry, 30,000 cavalry, 9,000 elephants and 1,000 chariots, along with other wars and some transport equipments also. It came under the war councils. It divided into 6 sub councils, and each having its 5 members. So this is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.